that I would not stand for such relationship where the woman is making more money than the guy. You know why? Because first of all, I think there's a lot of inspiration that has to be in a relationship. And for me, money is a huge deal in relationships. So I was part of a conversation this past weekend about relationships where the woman is making more than the guy, and the relationship actually working, and I did not get it. I, for one, will tell you that I would not stand for such relationship where the woman is making more money than the guy. You know why? Because first of all, I think there's a lot of inspiration that has to be in a relationship. And for me, money is a huge deal in relationships. So if my man is making less than I am, there's bound to be problems.
But why aren't you making more?
I am making
no,
more.
but why aren't you looking at it like this? Because your argument is, if your man is making less than you, then he's not an inspiration, right?
He is not.
Then why can't it be that from the man's perspective, if my woman is not making more?
No, it's not even natural.
No, it's different. It's different because we're different people.
No.
Men are men, women are women.
Just because you were born into a society that thinks that way does not necessarily mean that that's how things are supposed to be.
Okay, fine. There are problems with our society right here, right now. I'm talking about me. And I'm telling you, I have issues dating a man who makes less money. Because imagine if the stuff I want to do, I want to go to Dubai, I want to drive a certain car. It needs to be red and fast, and he can't afford it.
But can you afford it?
I can afford it.
Then that's okay.
So then why
Why
are you in my life? What are you doing here if I can do all of these things
When in
by
the
myself?
It's all about money.
Let
me get you.
It is a huge deal.
Jaya, let me get you.
Yes.
You can go to Dubai with your money.
I can.
You can go to different vacations with your money.
Yes.
Then
So
you don't need a man.
you just want a man who can also go to Dubai.
No, who'll understand when I tell him we need to do these things.
But
Let me get through with my question.
Yes.
So if there's another guy somewhere who can also go to Dubai and just do those things and earns a little less than you, is that okay with you?
Let me tell you, there's so many things, there's so many elements in relationships. And the truth of the matter is, finances is a huge deal. It cuts, I don't know, how do I put this?
You're dodging this question.
I am
You're
trying to
definitely
bring
dodging
it
this
home.
question.
I am trying to bring it home.
Okay.
It's not something so trivial as you're trying to make it look like.
Yeah.
And it's not a matter of if this one can't afford, then I can just pick the next guy. It's not as simple as that.
Yeah.
If that were the case, if I'm hanging out with all these rich people, then yes, I could pick from the crowd. But I don't want them. I want this one.
Yeah.
But the fact that he is not making as much money as I am is becoming a problem. Yeah. Am I wrong? Isn't there anyone else who believes in this, Val?
Okay, to some extent I agree.
Thank
to some
you.
extent, like I think 2%.
To what extent? To what extent?
To some extent I agree. Because at the end of the day, you won't eat love. You will not put love on a plate and add sauce and some salt and some pepper and here's your spoon, here's mine, let's feast on love. You need finances. Life needs finances. That's why I say to some extent. But also, if I'm making more than my man, it depends. Maybe it's just a season in his life. Maybe he had a job, then Ikaisha, then now he's gotten another one he's still trying to get his way up. Then there maybe I would understand and I would be okay doing most of it. But then even there are these people who, when they keep saying kuna deal in Ivana, like, don't worry, by end month I'll have this. End month comes, goes, the landlord is looking at you, school fees is waiting if you have kids, medical bills are piling up, food needs to be bought. So what are you going to buy it with? Love. You go with love to your landlord.
On what Val is saying, money is a motivation. You know why? Because money is the difference between where do we live with our children, Yes. It's the difference between quality healthcare, whether we're going to go to a private hospital or a public hospital. It's the difference between me taking a matatu, public means, or taking, just a nice car. For me and my children, is that so much to ask?
I mean, what you're asking for should be on the table when you started dealing with this particular person. So you would know if he has just 25,000 in his account, he's not going to take your kids to kindergarten. You're going to job every day. We are going to eat enough vegetable in the house. Exactly. You understand?
But surely, Kelly, this man you've met 10 years ago, he has 25. It's okay. That's what he has. 10 years later, he still has 25.
Let's say he works for Gava. So maybe he doesn't. Listen. Maybe he doesn't have the same 25k. Maybe he has more. But then, when you get a job, you win. You're earning 800, 900 G's a month. There's no place in Gava unless I'm working in Parliament. I'm earning 900 G's a month. It's not going to happen unless you're telling me quit my job and look for a UN job, which is dumb.
Yeah. Yes.
It is dumb as hell for me to do that because if I do that and not get another job, it'll even be worse.
Let me tell you the thing women do not like, especially women who have a lot of money. We do not like men who lack vision. And that's what I hear from what you're saying.
No.
That if I have a UN job, then you might need to do something as ridiculous as being in parliament or being a politician. Do something. Fine. You have 25,000, I have 900,000. What are you doing to improve the
What
situation?
if I don't get to the 900,000? What if I get to 300? I'm still earning less than you.
Show some effort.
Why are you moving
The
from
point
I've made effort. I've made effort to get to the 300.
The point is, show some effort, show some progress. Don't just be comfortable where you are and just sit there and know that my wife Jael has 900.
So
even the person,
school fees.
even the person who finished 8th the day that Bolt broke his record, 100 meters. I can promise you that person in their country they had broken their record.
Yes.
But the thing is, they can't run as fast as Bolt.
No,
They can't.
No, the
That
point
is true.
The point is, women, it's not like, as people would say, materialistic and we love money and everything. No, we just want to see you progress. We just want to see you try.
And
Put
I'm
in
trying.
some effort.
I've
Don't
moved
be
from
the
the
kind of
25K.
guy. Don't be the kind of guy who always has a deal yenye naivana yenye haivani.
But I have moved from my 25k to my 300. You are
And
at
we applaud
900. These are
that.
600.
And we
Kati
applaud
kati.
you for
It's
that.
still a
if you
problem,
move
though.
from 25,000 to 300,000, there's something I can look at. There's something to work with.
But you're still earning more.
My problem is, if I'm making so much, then you just decide to
Hey,
sit pretty in
I
the
have a
house because
working wife.
my wife is making more money. Let me tell you where the resentment comes from. You're supposed to be the man of the house. I have accepted that I will be the neck and you'll be the head, but we need to work together. If I say we are not turning, we are not turning. So you need to do something. Don't just sit there because child makes so much money. There has to be a difference.
But
You have to
isn't
do
that
something.
isn't that changing the question?
What
Because
question?
the thing was, your issue was
Yes.
that the
I am
girl,
not dating a man
the girl,
who makes less.
yes,
Yes.
and that was the issue, and that's why I told you. That's why I gave an example. I was earning 25 Gs. You
Yes,
know,
yes.
all of a sudden, a few years later, now you're earning 900 Gs. I'm earning 300. I'm earning less than you.
We're not going to break up because all of a sudden you
But you
earn
still
very
want me
much.
to get to 1.5 million.
It would be nice if you did.
Be motivated,
It would
man.
be nice
Do
if you
something
did.
else.
I mean,
Yeah.
me,
It's
you know,
economy, man. Like you guys.
Follow.
We are in
There's
the
so
economy.
many other things you can
You
do
would-
to get there. You
We
don't
are
just
in
have
the
to sit
economy.
there and wait for your Gava job to pay you the 300 you're talking about. Do something else. Show
Side
some
hustle.
effort.
No,
If-
let
if
me-
you
Oh, so
want-
I get side
Val,
hustle. That
Val,
Yeah.
let's pause a little
Yeah,
bit and
for
ask
us.
some
Guys,
good questions
realistic,
because
man.
I believe the problem is not from the man who earns less. The problem is from the lady who is
earns
just
more.
earning or earns more.
Yeah.
See, you are asking me to improve my 300. If I was getting 900 and you're getting 300,
That's
I'd
fine.
tell you even to reduce and just chill. But myself, I need to get where you are. You understand? Those are
You
double
see?
standards.
It's
because
a God-given responsibility.
it's also
to
a
be
God-given
provider.
responsibility to do some things in the house that this same chick who would refuse
No.
a man
No,
who
Kelly.
earns less would
Kelly,
refuse.
let me tell you
that's
something.
a whole different angle you're taking
Yes.
all over again.
But-
So, can I just say this before I cut you short? Sorry. So, this assumption that women who make so much money are not submissive at home, it is wrong.
It is a
Women
lie.
will make all that money and they will
Make-
still come
Put
home
it on the
and
table
perform
and-
their wifely,
Exactly,
motherly
and still
duties.
cook.
If I
That's a
ask
myth. You know me, I'm going away with that's a myth because we have interacted with girls who switch off immediately. They understand that
we
they
have
levels.
also
Yeah, they understand the
interacted
levels,
with
yeah.
the same girls who
Yeah.
make more money and
And
still
they
perform.
go
So
home
let's
and
talk
they still take
percentages.
care
Let's
of
talk percentages. There, that drop at 1%.
That's the 1% that you
You
tell
know,
me.
there's that
So my-
1% of the unsubmissive one, but
Yes.
then 99%.
There are
Huh?
such
It's-
women.
1%
There-
of
yeah,
are
John, you're
such
talking about
women.
is
There
1%.
are such
Oh, come
There
on.
are
women.
such women who will still respect you because they're seeing you giving your best. They're seeing you putting in your all. They're seeing you taking care of your kids and going out of your way to make your life comfortable.
I'm
for
still
her.
earning less though.
And why is it a big deal?
That's exactly my point. That was, you
Why
see,
is
that's
it
the
a
thing.
big
I'm
deal?
still,
Yeah.
the big
Why
deal
is
is
it
not
a
with
big
me.
deal?
Why is it?
That's why
I'm
I
the one
said
supposed to be
it's
asking that
between
question. Why is it a big deal? I've
Yeah.
paid school fees.
Yeah.
With my 300 G's, I've paid school fees,
Okay.
and I still was
The
able to buy
house,
some shopping. Nini.
yeah.
But I was not able to take you to Dubai. I'm sorry, I was not able to take you to Dubai. But our kids
Save up.
went to private school.
Save up
We are
and
not
take
They
us
went
to
to very
Dubai.
good
What's-
schools. Nini, we are driving nice cars,
Nice
whatever.
cars. Not the
Nini.
latest,
but
but nice,
yeah,
yeah.
but no, I can't take you to Dubai every year.
Okay.
So now it's a problem.
Maybe
Ikakamue
it's my
nani.
fault for having used this Dubai line.
Yeah.
First of all, there is nothing wrong with
But there's
going
such
to
thing as
Dubai.
Dubai.
There's
There's
nothing wrong with going to
I also
Dubai.
want to go.
Okay, yeah, and
You know, there is
And if you're
everything
going,
wrong
it's
about
all of us.
Dubai.
There's
Because
everything
when
wrong about Dubai.
December reaches,
Okay.
when other families are going to Dubai and
That's
you're
we're
not
not
going,
going.
Yeah.
and you are the guy making less,
Yes.
that is already...
On
Well,
you,
if
a
you
problem
if
on
you have
you.
your insecurities, that
Exactly.
has nothing to do with me.
You're the one
fix
who
your
said-
You said you have
No,
a
we're
problem.
using
if
your
you're not going
example.
to
Okay, Dubai was an
Because I'm
example.
saying we
It's
should
not
go to
cast
Dubai.
in stone. It could be just treat your family. Take your family on holidays if you can. Like, show them that the money you're working
Okay,
hard
as-
for
as
is
your
for
wife,
So
them.
is
I'm telling you.
so basically in that situation then,
Yeah.
because I've already paid rent, I've done all that stuff. So my money is ours. Basically, now we're going back to this topic.
Yeah.
My money is ours.
But mine is mine.
Yours is yours.
Yeah. Because you're the
Yet you're earning
man.
600 G's more than
You're
me.
the provider. It's not me who says.
But you're
it's
the neck.
Bible.
You know the
But
question-
you're
the
the neck.
It's the
Bible.
Bible
Why are we
that
going
says
against
it's
the
not
then at that
me.
point- at
I'm
that
just
point-
the mouthpiece. I
know
am
what?
not the
I don't
one
think we'll
who's
ever-
writing this
I don't think we'll ever
It's
agree
the
on this
Bible.
because
They are
no.
It is in
We
the
are not being
Bible.
honest here.
You
We
are the
are being
provider.
honest.
God made you the provider.
Ah.
So if you're going to use this
Mimi.
whole ati, then why is the woman? Why can't she? Okay, the thing is, you're the provider, right?
Yeah.
God made you the provider. He made us the helpers. So that means the roles that we were made to do, which is stay at home, raise kids, and we're not doing. We're helping you provide. We're coming out. We're doing all these things.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't even be.
So women
complaining
shouldn't be in
about
the
Bible.
workplace. Basically, the men should be doing the
I will act like you do not.
Thanks,
just say
guys.
that.
I
Well,